Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I'm your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope everybody had a really good weekend. I've had a pretty good weekend myself. What about you?
I had a pretty good one. It
Over
was,
there getting your snacks ready, I can hear.
yeah, it's multi-grain crackers.
Oh boy.
Hey, hey.
Well, I'm glad you and I had a good weekend, but again, I hope everybody else had a really good weekend. Man, it has been probably one of the better weekends I've had in quite a while. Um, especially with Gartic Phone last night.
Oh God, I don't want to get into that.
Well, thanks for joining, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. It's going to be a really good one. So, we are bringing back the breakdown series once again with another breakdown episode. This time, we are going back to another AC/DC album. This one just so happens to be my number one favorite. And this one, yes, is Fly on the Wall from 1985. Oh boy, this was an album that we listened to pretty early on in our AC/DC pilgrimage, within like the first few weeks.
It was like number 3 or 4, I believe.
Yeah, and round one was like I think 5 albums, and like the other other two rounds were 6 albums.
hmm
Um, so this is one of the first stops we made on our little journey. And when I first heard about this album, I was a little skeptical because this album was one of the more underproduced ones, as it kind of had bad production vibes on it. Um,
hmm
when you listen to this album closely, you can't really hear Brian Johnson's vocals as well as you would with other albums, like Back in Black, for example, which we did an episode about that as well if you guys want to go check that out. Um, but yeah, I loved this album. I cannot wait to break this down for you guys. I can't wait to hear what Deister has to say about some of these songs as well as the meanings behind them.
hmm Yeah. I told Marissa last night. I said I have like 3 songs I could not find any meanings for, but I was gonna do my own like interpretation of them.
Yeah, yeah, that works. We can always do that with any song for that matter. So, this album was released in 1985 as their follow up album from Flick of the Switch. Flick of the Switch and Fly on the Wall are probably the two really, truly underrated albums. Actually, there's three. Blow Up Your Video would be the next one. But Flick of the Switch has mixed reviews on it. I think we'll do a breakdown episode on that as well down the road. But
hmm
Fly on the Wall is like the better of the three, in my personal opinion, by a hair. Because I also love Blow Up Your Video. If you guys don't already know, you guys should probably go watch the ACDC album ranking series we did.
hmm
My top two came down to Fly on the Wall and Blow Up Your Video. Those albums are fucking amazing. They're underrated. But tonight we're focusing on Fly on the Wall to go over, so let's get into it with track number one, title track Fly on the Wall.
Yeah. This is a really good start to the album, by the way.
It is.
It's really good. Like we're probably gonna say that for like every AC/DC album, but it's like if you have a good opening track, you're in for a good time, I would say.
You are, and that's the big thing about your opening track. The opening track is supposed to be kind of like what you should have your listeners expect for the rest of the album.
hmm
It's like a little teaser. It's kind of like writing an essay. Like when you write an essay, you got to start with your thesis statement. You got to talk about like, okay, what am I going to be reading
Writing.
about when I go over this essay? What am I going to be looking at here?
hmm
I actually just re-listened to this track before, just literally moments before we got on. Um, with Fly on the Wall, like man, it is so good. When I heard the song for the first time, it was like on a day where I was going through ACDC's like stuff on YouTube. This song came across my recommended list, and I listened to it. I'm like, oh my god, this song's really good. It was my obsession for the longest time. This one song. Like, this is before I even got into listening to the albums yet.
hmm Um, I have like I didn't listen to it either. But it was like when we first listened to it the first time together, I was like, I can see what she means now. uh, but I did have a meaning behind it.
Okay, go ahead and share it.
So I go to my trusty, like website, songmeanings.com. Um, they've been helping me out with like all the Billy Talent breakdown and the ACDC breakdown and all that stuff. Um, so somebody had said like it's about like how freaking annoying the press could be. So it's like they're kind of like a fly on the wall. So
Oh.
it's like how freaking annoying that they could be, and also like they're trying to take pictures of you, and that's how like or photographers like they could be annoying too. So they're like kind of like flies on the wall.
Now the music video makes sense. Like now
Mhm.
that you're talking about this, the music video makes sense because there's like an actual like cartoon character of a fly, like, and all the music videos by the way for this album take place in a bar. So there's like this little fly in this particular music video, and like I remember like seeing someone smack it with a newspaper, and there was like a whole bunch of flash photography people coming in, and it's just like what the hell. Now it makes sense. Okay,
I did my research.
that's cool. I didn't really have a personal meaning behind this song. It's just overall an absolute banger. Everything about it's really good. Um, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, same here.
Man,
Like I
like
said, it's
wow,
like good opening track too for the album.
it's fucking amazing how good this track is. I say like probably a really unpopular take here. This is probably one of the better opening tracks of an AC/DC album.
Ooh, hot take. Really hot take.
All right, we move on to track number two with a fan favorite, actually, with Shake Your Foundations. Now, this track was so good, it made it onto the following album, Who Made Who, as kind of like a placeholder track, I guess. Who Made Who was really only like three new tracks, and the rest were from like previous albums. But I really like this track as well. I just listened to this track as well before we started recording, so it's still fresh in my mind. Um, Man, like it's just really catchy. It's like ay yo, shake your foundations.
It's it's like I'm gonna get into the meaning real quick. So somebody had said like you meet a chick at a bar, and it says meeting a chick at a bar in screening. It says simple as that. I don't think that's what it would mean, but I think shake your foundations like shaking the walls of like how should I put it? It's like shaking like the walls of like maybe like your mental psyche down, because like that's what it means like to me like sometimes like trying to
Right.
break that shell sort of thing.
Oh, excuse me. My stomach hurts. I got a stomach ache. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like this one's kind of like you said, like the title explains itself. Like you're shaking the walls down and shit like that.
Break the wall.
Oh. Now, as much as I like the song, I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. Yes, it is very catchy, but the problem is I kind of overplayed it. I played it this once tonight just to like kind of like
Get
refresh
pressure.
myself. Yeah, it's over. Like I overplayed it myself. I never hear any of these tracks on the radio at all. But this track I've overplayed myself, so I'm gonna drop it down to like a 9.5 out of 10, just because I don't think it necessarily beats Fly on the Wall.
Hmm. Um, I might just do like a 9, just a solid 9. Is
Okay.
like it's it's like yeah, it's like a roller coaster. So it's like you're starting off a good high, but then you gotta like bring it down a little bit, and then you have to go on another high and bring it down a little bit. So it's like we're on the steady slope of down right now, but then when we get to a song later on, it's like we're getting like a high. So it's like
Right. All right, so track number three is First Blood. This one I used to be really obsessed with when I first heard it. When we listened to this album the first time. Again, another song I kind of overplayed. First Blood, though, I can definitely tell you this: the opening riff. is fucking amazing. It's like wow. That's kind of what caught my eye at first with this song was the opening guitar riff. Um, the lyrics too, like it's catchy. It's very catchy. Did you get a meaning with this one?
So, and again, like, yes, I did, but it's like, again, like, Brian wasn't doing the lyrics at this time. It was the Angus brothers doing this.
Is yeah, mainly the lyrics were kind of in the reins of the Young Brothers, with Brian helping here and there for some songs, but like it wasn't like a Bon Scott era thing where Bon really kind of took over for the
Yeah,
lyrics with the Young Brothers.
yeah. Um, so a lot of people were saying like it's about like taking like a girl's like V card, and
Oh.
and then it says like after that it says come on, it says first blood in like quotes. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay, you're right though. You're right about the first meaning. Like you are right. Like now that I think of the lyrics, yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Is it
fuck it.
see that? Well, fuck it. Like we're doing it live. Fuck it. Um, it's like like a lot of songs like from like well not necessarily Back in Black, but like some songs have like really like sexual overtones in them.
Squealer.
Like real like a lot.
Literally, the first song I think of when it comes to ACDC, when it comes to the topic of that, is Squealer from Dirty
Yeah,
Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. It has to
yeah.
be Squealer.
Like oh boy.
Yeah, and this is another one of those songs, subtitly though. Um, but again, a really good song. Like, what did you think of this song when you heard it?
I thought it was fine. It was like it's
Like, it's
not on
not up
level.
there with like Fly on the Wall.
Yeah, it's not like on that level, but it's like I said, it's like a steady slope. Like
Right.
like I said, like it's like it's getting a little bit better, but then it's like like we'll get to it. But it's like I thought it was fine for like a third song of the track of the album. I thought it
So
was
what
fine.
would you give it?
Um, I would say like at 8.9, I guess.
Okay, I'm at an 8.5, so we're around the same ballpark.
We always tend to do that. I don't know why, but we always tend to do that.
So this next track's gonna be a little bit of a hot take for me. Danger is probably one of my favorite tracks of all time from the Brian era. Track number
Really?
4 is Danger. Yes, and what sucks
Wow.
is based off of like the ACDC server I'm in on Discord, a lot of people aren't crazy for this song from Fly on the Wall. They say it's the weakest track, and I'm like, really?
There's
I
weak track.
Yeah, every album has their weak tracks, but for me, this one's like one of my favorites. I love it's just it screams like the blues rock. It's slow. It's
Mm,
slow and heavy and like the fucking bass line at the fucking beginning. It's like dun 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 dun. Like it's fucking heavy and like the fucking drums like boom. It's like really fucking slow. Like it's so hard to describe a song like when it's in your head to people who
mhm.
probably never heard it. And
It's
like,
it's worth probably pointing out. It's like, isn't there a music video for Danger?
there is. I haven't seen it yet though.
I would highly advise you guys and Marissa, I would check that out. 'Cause it's like I haven't seen it myself, but it's like it kind of intrigues me a little bit.
I mean, tomorrow is MTV night on our server, so
True. I do have a meaning though.
okay.
It says drinking too much and that you should not talk to strangers or drunken idiots who might cause trouble. So it's
Don't
like,
talk to strangers.
but it's kind of like it kind of hits home for some people if you think about it, because it's like you're like yeah you're drinking too much, but it's like because like you're a danger to yourself if you keep drinking.
Yes.
Um, a lot of people could probably relate to that, but not a lot of people can. But I mean, I hope you guys do seek help for that if
Mm-hmm.
you are in that situation. Um, you know, it's like, we like to spread love and positivity here, and that's what we are all about.
Yeah,
Um,
bitches.
But what did you think? Like, what was your like personal take on that?
The, the only thing with this album in particular is a lot of these songs, like actually almost all these songs, I don't really have a personal meaning
Personal,
for. This is
right?
just one of those feel good albums that you can listen to on a car ride, taking a walk, like sitting in your room, like myself at night. Like it's just one of those really feel good albums from AC/DC. Like, it's not one of those albums where I can connect with it personally on a personal level, like I can with like Billy Talent or Blink or even Def Leppard sometimes for that matter. But yeah, I love this track. This track's really good. And again, I know a lot of people don't like it, but for me, I do. Like, I dig that really different sounding vibe from ACC. Like, I don't remember hearing like a song like this before Fly on the Wall. So I'm gonna go with a 9.5 on this.
I'm actually the exact same.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh boy. Now we get to the the track that we get on the upslope.
Oh yes, number 5, another fan favorite, "Sink the Pink." It's another one of those tracks that made it to Who Made Who. Man, oh, like I for some reason, before we listened to this album, like for some reason, I knew "Sink the Pink." Like I knew that song from somewhere. And the thing is, my dad, I think he has this album on cassette tape, if I'm correct. So maybe that's where I've heard it. But like, I don't know. Like, it's one of those like deja vu moments. Like when I heard it again when we listened to the album together, I was like,
Hmm.
wait a minute, I've heard this song before. Like, it must have been when I was like a little kid, like a really little kid, because like I seriously don't remember where I've heard it from. Like that's the only logical answer is from when I was like a really young kid.
Right. I mean, it could be possible. Like, it's like when we were younger, it's like we hear songs like back then, but it's like it might take us a while to like get used to it. Like when we hear it again, we're like, did I remember listening to this song? And it's like, oh yeah, I did.
It's just one of those weird deja vu moments for me, and it felt really good to hear this song. This is another one of those really catchy, groovy songs from AC/DC. I've watched the music video for this one. It has to do with people playing pool or billiards, as some people would call it.
I have like a different meaning. I don't know if this was like the best meaning, but I'm gonna give it a shot here. It
Okay.
says somebody had said like it says it's about giving a girl a good time, but there's something in parentheses. It's like Wilcanol is a drug is that is like a synthetic form of heroin, but it's why it's called Sink the Pink. It's like
Oh.
it's pink. It is pink in color, so it's like that's why it's probably called Sink the Pink.
Okay. That's interesting. I can definitely say that.
Um, it was like with when we did shoot the Back in Black break it down when we were talking about Shoot to Thrill, it was talking about like um heroin and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I'm I kind of like it's kind of like putting awareness out there within a song. I kind of like how they're doing that within the song though.
Right.
Good on you, ACDC. Good on you.
So like, what did you think of this song? Did you like it?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. It's another like fly on the wall scenario. It's like yeah, like like the production wasn't the best, but it's like it's still a kick-ass song either way.
Oh, either way, yeah. Man, okay, so yeah, this one's definitely going at a 10 out of 10 for me.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
It's like right up there with Fly.
Mm-hmm. Flat.
All right, track number 6, Playing with Girls. Okay, here we fucking go. Um, so as I mentioned, every album has their weak points, and this, in my personal opinion, is a weaker track for me. It's probably one of my least played tracks for me from this album, along with another one which we will get to. Um, Playing with girls, I mean, it's self-explanatory. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I wrote down too. I put just self-explained. It's self-explained.
it's not really memorable for me though. Like this track, like it's good. It is good. It's just not as memorable as the previous five that we just talked about.
Right. It's like you said, it's really weak, and it's like I think it's like if it wasn't on the album, I think it would have just been fine, sort of thing.
Yeah, like I get some people do like the song. Like everybody has their different tastes and stuff, and that's fine. I get that some people do like the song, and that's great. It's just me personally. I mean, I like it. It's just it's not memorable for me. It's not something that I would like choose to play. Like I wouldn't mind if it came up on shuffle, like on my playlist, I'd play it. But like if I were to like choose between that and like First Blood, I'd choose First Blood.
Yeah, I would too.
So there's really not much to say here with this one. So what would you give it?
Since it's a weak song, I would give it like maybe 6.9 maybe. It's not
Ouch.
it's like it's not very playable for me. It's not really playable.
I put it at a 7.5 just because it is good and I wouldn't mind hearing it. It's just like, again, it's not going to be my top choice.
Hmm.
All right, track number 7 was Stand Up. Oh man, this song grew on me. And when I say this song grew on me, that means like originally I was like, this song's okay. But like after like more than a couple listens, it's really started to like make me really enjoy it more. It's catchy, it's groovy. It's just like to me it's like I know the meaning behind it too. It's like a rated R meaning.
Oh, there's a different me that I have.
Like in my personal opinion, just by reading the lyrics, it's a rated R. But man, this song is catchy. It is really, really good. It's like stand up and take it, stand.
Oh God. Um, the okay, so the meaning that I have it says it's just like having fun, enjoying life, and take every chance to do so.
All right, that's you know what?
That's
I'll
PG.
I'll take it.
Stand up.
I feel like that's like a. I don't know if this is another fan favorite though. Like I personally love it.
It's kind of hard to say because like I haven't like when I hear some of the Fly on the Wall tracks and stuff. That's like I'm like okay, like I'll listen to it, but then it's like I'll be like driving on my way to like work or something, and it's just like oh okay, and it's done. It's like it's like it's kind of like just one in one ear out the other sort of scenario. But it's
Right.
like but it's just like it's keeping me like grooving. It's keeping me moving. So it's I like the song when we
Someone
first
said
listened to
this
it.
song is definitely about one night stands.
That could be another reason too.
That's what I thought too originally. Like, I thought it was like rated R.
I mean, there's multiple meanings for a lot of songs. Let's just be
Oh
honest
yeah,
here.
for sure. Where did you put this one?
Good question. I would say like I would say like maybe an 8.9 for me. I think it's like
Ow.
I think it's really up there.
I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
I like this song. Like it's like another one of my favorites from this album, and like it's a song that I actually play a lot, on my playlist. Not
It's like
just on
see
shuffle, but like I actually pick it. So
it's like see guys, it's like we don't always agree a lot, but it's like you know what? It's like sometimes like we do have fisticuffs, but it's like it's all good fun. It's all in good fun, you know.
all right, we're down to the final three tracks. Track number 8, Hell or High Water. This is another one that grew on me too, just by listening to it multiple times. Another really catchy song. The lyrics are really good. Mama, don't talk me.
It's like another blues rock sort of song for
It's
me.
a hell or high water.
Water. Um, I did not find a meaning for this one. I could not find
Okay,
one.
I kind of figured that. I really don't have a meaning for this one either. I feel like it's just another one of those feel good songs that you can just rock out to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really catchy. Like I'm singing in my head right now.
Hello, wild water.
The fucking guitar riff on that's really good too.
It's like Angus is like, you know what? It's like he's not overrated, but he's not underrated. He's like right in the middle. He's he's so good at making music with just his fingers on the guitar. He's just super good.
And not only that, like Malcolm too. Like, cause like Malcolm, if it wasn't for
He's
Malcolm, like we
river,
wouldn't
like
have like a rhythm. You know.
yeah, he wouldn't have the yeah, he's the rhythm guitarist of the group. Like
God bless him,
he's
by the way.
yeah, like man, it's crazy.
Oh, so this one I gave a 9.5. I feel like I need to listen to it just a hair bit more, and I feel like it'd be in like a 10 out of 10. But I freaking love the song. It's really catchy.
I would say so, yeah.
So
9.5.
we agree. All right, cool.
Yes.
All right, track number 9 is Back in Business. This is my other track that I found to be a little weaker. Um, However, I do like this track. Back in Business. Like I remember this one.
I could not find a meaning for this one either.
So I'll definitely okay. That's kind of explanatory. Like oh, some of these songs it's not easy to find meanings behind. But with this one, I can definitely give more points for this one because I remember this one a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Back in Business.
Business.
Oh man, it is a little catchy. I just feel like maybe like of all these songs, I'd probably need to listen to this one more than the rest. Because I like to give songs slash albums a second chance, like I did with Ball Breaker not too long
Oh
ago. I
God.
gave it a third chance.
Oh
Um,
God. Oh God.
but I think we'll do a breakdown episode of that too eventually.
Oh, oh Jesus.
Oh, don't. Oh, Jesus me.
Oh no. Gotta relive that war memories.
So with this one, I gave it an 8, an exact 8, because I remember this one a little bit more than Playing with Girls. So it wouldn't be fair to give it a 7.5.
That's fair. That's fair. Um, I'd say 8.1 for me.
Wow, you're playing fucking Prices Right
No,
now?
no, I'm not playing. I'm not playing Price is Right. I'm just being realistic.
Well, you ain't trying to win the fucking new kitchen set over there?
No, I'm trying to win a big fucking flat screen TV.
Bitch, you can go to the store and get.
We're getting off topic. We're getting off topic.
Oh god, and we're on the last
Um,
track now.
anyway, yeah.
Okay, track number 10, we have our closing track, Send for the Man. This one too, not a lot of people like. I don't know why.
Very catchy though.
It is catchy, especially just, like the backing vocals when Brian's like, "Sing for the man," and they're like, "Yeah!" And like the nice thing about this track, it fades. Like it fades like to end it. Like it's like like classic rock songs and shit, they fade out on a
Mhm.
CD. This is
It's
one of those, and it fits perfect with Fly on the Wall.
it's like when we listened to High and Dry just recently. It was the what was that one track? It was the one track that goes into Switch
Oh,
625.
Bringing on the Heartbreak.
That's what it was. It's like that was so perfect how it kind of like transitioned into the next song. I thought that was pretty cool.
Then I'll
Like,
explain another one in a little bit by a whole different artist. With Send for the Man, it's another song that really grew on me. I have to listen to it a few times. I'd say it's probably one of my favorite AC/DC closing tracks, next to Squealer from Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Um, yeah, Send for the Man is just really good. It's like Send for the Man, and they're like, yeah. I like the guitar riff on that one too, like the middle guitar riff. Like it's really good.
mhm.
I'm assuming you did not get a meaning for this one either.
Nope.
And I don't really have a personal meaning either, because again, this is one of those albums like I don't really have a personal connection to. I just have a really good like feeling. Like it makes me feel really good listening to this album.
Right.
I gave this one a 10 out of 10.
I gave it a 9.9. It's, you know what? It's
I
like,
win.
God, like what? Okay, like yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do a 10.1 just to fuck you over.
Damn, you like this song over Fly on the Wall? Wow.
No, I'm going 9.9. It's just like it's like I just need to like I think I just need to re-listen to the whole album again. Like a lot of those songs like they might change for
Hmm.
me, but like Fly on the Wall, Shake Your Foundation, Sink the Pink, and stuff. Those like the three like top singles for me on
Right.
that album. And it's like like if I had to pick a song from this album, I would say Sink the Pink.
Okay, that's
I
that's
would say.
valid. That is valid. That'd be my second choice, as my first one is definitely Stand Up.
Well, of course it would be.
Um, Overall, I really enjoyed listening to this album. I've listened to it plenty of times now, not only on my own, but with my dad in the car because I have the CD.
hmm
Dystro. Um,
hmm
I really enjoyed this album. It's one that's very near and dear to my heart. It's just an album that I really felt a lot of like pure joy with because like none of these songs I knew besides "Sink the Pink," I think, anyways. Before we listened to them, it was like one of those like you know how I always say I like listening to new music, new albums and stuff I've never heard before because it gives you the chance to come across songs you've never heard before and fall in love with them. This is what happened with the entire album practically. I like my fucking jaw was dropped so freaking much on this album. My fucking jaw locked up.
You could not. It's like you could not move
I was
it.
like, Daisha, this album is fucking amazing.
Like, sorry, I can't hear you.
Huh. So that completes the breakdown of the tracks. Now we must rank the album overall. So, let's see how close we are this time. Daisha, what did you think? What did you put for your overall ranking?
I,
Like,
I,
obviously, like on a scale from like 0 to 100 in this case.
okay. Okay. Overall, as an album, I would say I would give it an 89. Only because like it does have some replay value on it.
Ouch.
But I would just need to, like listen to it over again to like get more used to the songs a little bit more. Like, like First Blood, like Playing with Girls, Stand Up and all that stuff. I'd give it like an 89 for me
Okay,
personally.
that's fine. Now, like, out of all the tracks that you heard, like, which one would you give another chance to? Like, which one of the lower ones would you give another chance to?
Maybe Hell or High Water.
Hey, it's a good one. It's a good start. Oh, man.
So what did you
So,
put?
before I get to that, like I said, I feel like the one song I give another chance is Back in Business because I remember that one more than Playing with Girls.
hmm
So, yeah, also our rankings are nowhere near this time.
Of course they aren't.
I'm giving this a 93.
Okay, well it's 4 points above, so it's actually in ballpark.
I'm giving this a 93 because it is my number one favorite of all time of ACDC.
Well,
Now, I feel like with Blow Up Your Video, it's going to be right around the same for my overall ranking. Like I can just picture my head already.
hmm
Because I believe there's also 10 tracks on that album, so
hmm
we're definitely going to have to do a Blow Up Your Video very soon. And also, of course, the other ones. But yeah, so this one I'm giving a 93. It's a really good fucking album. Again, this is probably one of my most listened to AC/DC albums of all time at this moment as I'm talking. So yeah, I can't believe we are fucking finished. Wow.
Another one down.
So guys, that is our breakdown of "Fly on the Wall" by AC/DC from 1985. I hope you guys enjoyed. This album turns fucking 40 next year.
40.
Or not next
It's
year. It's the year after that. Excuse me. 2 years from now. Excuse me. Um,
it's funny that Dark Side of the Moon turns like what 50 this
50,
year.
and I will get to that. Um, so what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with our rankings for the songs and the album? Like, what do you guys think? Let us know. Let us know if you guys like this album.
Mhm.
So, without further ado, we gotta talk here. So, our next episode, be present for the next episode because we are starting a new series. And this is going to be Dystro's solo series. He's going to be doing episodes on his own for this particular series. I think we're going to do it once a month, or try to, anyways. We're just testing the waters right now with this, see how this goes. Dystro's doing a series called Deep Talks with Dystro, where he opens up to you guys about personal matters in his life or personal matters that he knows other people have went through.
Mhm.
Like share some insight on what he's been through or like what other people have been through that he knows. But he's also going to leave a positive message at the end because that's what we're all about here.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm not gonna say she forced me at gunpoint or anything because, but it's something that like I kind of wanted to do because like Marissa was saying like I need to do more solo stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, like, because she did, solo episodes before, and, I was just there. I was just present just to be like, okay, I'm here. Like,
So this time I'm
can't,
not going to be here. You're all on
yeah.
your own, buckaroo.
Yeah. And I don't know how long it will be. It could be a short episode. It could be like, like what it could be like right now. It just depends on how long I get to talk or
Hey,
how I
you'll
will
be
be talking.
fine. You'll be fine. Just take your time. Like, talk as if you're just talking to me.
Right.
And
um,
in the near
yeah.
future, I too will have my own solo series starting, I believe, in April. I'm not going to
Ooh.
talk about it too much yet, but in April, you guys will find out. I will let you guys know, right around the time we're going to start my solo series. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, I hope you guys are willing to listen to Dystro. I get to take a little night off. Well, not really, because I have to upload everything.
Yeah, you gotta upload it.
But I can let my voice rest, which is good. So I hope you guys are willing to join Dystro for his new series, Deep Talks with Dystro. I'm sure he'll be fine, and I'm sure you guys will like it. And sometimes it's good to just let out things that you have endured in life, and shed light on like how you can get through them, or how you got through them, and how you would tell somebody else to get through them.
hmm So I think, it's kind of up to this point where like doing the inspirational quotes with Patrick Starr.
Yeah,
Um, this is week what 2
week two.
of this. Um, I think we're probably gonna do it like at least like what like it just depends on like what day I guess. Um, so the inspirational funny quote of the day. Uh, so I'm just gonna leave you with this. If at first you don't succeed, then skydiving definitely isn't for you.
Oh my god! Thanks, Patrick.
You're welcome.
Go back to bed, Patrick. Oh my god, this is like the best part of our podcast. It's just this. What are we doing? What next? Is Patrick
Oh,
gonna start fucking singing like fucking like stuff now?
Kumbaya.
Oh god. Well, there's a fucking inspirational quote of the episode with Patrick Starr. Patrick Starr approves this message.
Patrick Star quotes.
Okay, so I have song of the night tonight, and what's funny is, all right, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent. But I'm gonna try not to make it too long because I do want to do an episode about this, probably in a solo episode in my case. So I tonight had the wonderful privilege of getting to hear Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon album in full, thanks to Show 'em 97.7 out in Montreal. Every Sunday they play a vinyl. They pick a vinyl at random, and tonight's vinyl just so happened to be Dark Side of the Moon because they were celebrating its 50th anniversary as it came out in 1973. So I finally had the privilege of getting to listen to a Pink Floyd album in full for the first time. It was a freaking amazing experience. And I feel like a lot of Pink Floyd fans know exactly how I feel. It's one of those really good albums, and I took a listen to a few songs on my own afterward with my earbuds. And let me tell you, it was a different experience. Like, it was so good. Like, sometimes, like, when you hear stuff on the radio, like on radio speakers, yeah, it sounds good, but you can make it sound better by either upgrading your sound equipment or even just using earbuds. And in my case, I used my earbuds to listen to some of the songs again. And this one in particular really blew me away, as I've heard it on the radio before, like way before I heard this album in full tonight. And the track is called Us and Them. This track is a little long, it's about 6 minutes. But the funny thing is, of a lot of these tracks on this album, they loop together. Like you said with like Def Leppard, with Bringing on the Heartbreak and Switch 625. Those two songs really loop together.
Mhm.
Um, Let me think of an example here. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna have to go
Um,
back through the track listing and see.
so I was gonna say like another one that comes to mind. It's like Adam's song that loops into All the Small Things.
Yeah, you are right. You are right about that.
It's like I was like, you know, it's like that kind of makes sense because it's like it's like one of those songs that's like yeah, it's a sad song to start out, but then it's like you know what, it's like an upbeat song next to it, so it's like you know what, it works out.
So I'm on the track listing right now. I remember now which ones it was I was gonna say. So the track Money, track number 6, loops into Us and Them, which is track number 7, which is really fucking cool. And same thing with Brain Damage and Eclipse, which are the closing tracks of this album. They loop together. There's a few instrumental tracks on this album as well. There's 3 of them. We literally opened the album with Speak to Me, which is an instrumental track, and then it loops into Breathe in the Air, which is fucking amazing. And what's funny is if you go and listen to track number 2, Breathe in the Air, and then go listen to track 4 with Time, you're gonna notice like a little Easter egg. It's gonna be like one of those deja vu moments, like, oh, this song sounds like this song. Like there's parts of this song in this song. And Daisho and everybody else out there who probably doesn't know what I'm talking about, go listen to those 2 songs. Breathe in the Air and Time, in that order. You need to listen to them in that order, or else it's not going to make sense. But
Hmm.
that's not
Okay.
tonight's song of the night. Tonight's song of the night is indeed Us and Them, track number 7. It's actually almost 8 minutes long, so I hope you guys don't mind. It's a really good track. I recommend you listen to it with earbuds, good quality earbuds. It is fucking goosebump like inducing. And it's rare when I say this about a song. I'm like really into this song right now. Go listen to Us and Them by Pink Floyd from Dark Side of the Moon. Let's celebrate its 50th anniversary. I am definitely doing a breakdown episode of this. I don't care if I do it alone or with you. Like, we need to do this.
Oh yeah, I'm doing the breakdown episode with you.
You might want to go listen to the album.
Oh yeah, I will.
Alright, so if you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support. Be sure to go follow us on social media by clicking on the link in the description below, which should take you to Linktree. Daisho's gaming YouTube channel is there. He uploads weekly gaming clips. We just did a Way Out and Skate 3 and 2K22. Go check out his stuff. He's on the road to 500 subscribers now. How many are you at? Like 420 something?
426 when I last counted.
Okay, that's not bad. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, go subscribe to him. Go share his content around. Give him some love. And be sure to also follow us on social media. We have Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit to keep up to date with the podcast in case stuff goes wrong and we have to postpone our upload. Once again, go listen to tonight's song of the night, Us and Them by Pink Floyd. And thanks for listening. And we'll catch you guys this Thursday. Or Dystro will catch you guys this Thursday. Peace.
Peace.